This is our first time live and open streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We're very excited about that. Today, we want to cover why SEO matters, why we want to create valuable and resourceful content, and how do we organize that content. So I want to introduce everyone to Brad Gerlach, one of my partners at Pick. He's a Pittsburgh native. He's going to be the presenter today. And to the viewers, if you have any questions as we go along, add them to the chat and we'll do our best to answer them directly or at the Q&A at the end of the presentation. With that, Brad, take it away. Let's learn about SEO.
All right, thanks, Rob. As Rob said, I'm one of the partners here at Pick. I'm also the SEO specialist. I was born and raised here in Pittsburgh, though I did live in Baltimore for a few years after graduating from college. I'm a former respiratory therapist who naturally progressed to working in the ER, in the ICU, to digital marketing. Before I joined Pick in 2015, digital marketing was my side hustle. I built my first website over 20 years ago using Front Page, if anybody remembers that, which sparked my interest in digital marketing. I first learned about SEO with my blog, which was a sports betting blog called The Bettor's Guide about 10, 15 years ago. So now that you know a little bit about me, let's jump into some SEO. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of it, we first have to understand how SEO works in respect to Google. Why does SEO matter? Because 89% of our heroes or our target audience uses the internet for their due diligence before purchasing. According to SparkToro, 59% of the world's internet comes from Google. In the US, that number is much higher. It depends on the industry and product, but there's no escaping that our customers are more frequently searching the internet on their phones, even in B2B industries. For Google, it's all about quality. By providing innovative search results that organize information so well, Google has become the top search engine in the world. Google's mission is to organize the world's online information and make it universally accessible and useful. Why does Google care so much? At the end of the day, having the best search results will increase the revenue from their ads. While most users don't click the ads, as long as Google maintains its market share, it will continue to drive revenue while the users find the information that they seek. My favorite description of SEO is that it's an attempt to change or influence a list. In our case, that list is the Google SERPs, or search engine result pages. We know that Google is the most popular search engine, not only in the US, but in the world. SEO matters because it helps Google organize our content among our competitors' content. Google users perform more than 2 trillion searches every year. If we want to be on the top spot of the search results, we better ensure that Google understands our topic. Ideally, we are ranking in the top 3 spots because those results receive 55% of the clicks. In between the time and the money that we invest in our content, we certainly don't want to be like the 90% of pages that never get any traffic from Google. At Pick, we see SEO as the foundation of marketing in the digital age. SEO comes down to words and their meanings. If the terms that we use internally are different than our heroes, how will our content be found? We need to find the right words and that have the meaning and resonate with our heroes. SEO is about discovering relevant keyword terms and ranking that content. If we want our heroes to click on our content, it needs to rank, and rank well, because the top 5 spots receive 70% of the clicks. And as I already mentioned, the top 3 spots are receiving around 55%. SEO is about matching our message with our heroes' words. If our message is wrong, our heroes won't click. And if they do click, they're going to pogo stick back to the SERPs and possibly visit one of our competitors' sites. These are the words that our heroes use every day, the words that they're typing into Google, the words that resonate with them. These are the words that can be used in email subject lines, paid ad headlines, print ads, organic social media posts, and all other marketing assets. It's not just about using the right words on your website. You need to use the right words in all your marketing material. As marketers, our mission is to create valuable and resourceful content that satisfies our users' needs, describes the next steps and the decisions that need to be made, and points them into new resources and solutions. If we create content that satisfies our users' needs on the topics they're searching for, our content will rank and convert. We can accomplish this by following 7 fundamental rules of SEO marketing. The first is performing keyword research. Keyword research allows us to find the words and phrases our heroes are using. I like to compare this to the demand. How often a term is searched is a good metric for the demand for that topic, product, or service. After we find the right keywords, we need to create valuable and resourceful content. This is the content that's going to attract the anonymous heroes to our website. This content allows us to promote offers to our heroes, which turns them into conversions. Now, we don't write for the algorithms that Google's using for ranking. We need to create content for the users. We know if we can achieve good rankings if we provide valuable and resourceful content that our heroes are searching for. Speaking of valuable and resourceful content, that also includes charts, images, graphics, and video. Our heroes learn and absorb information differently. Providing a multimedia experience allows us to hit all those different ways our heroes digest information. Video can explain a specific section in more detail. Charts and graphs present data visually, which is great for skimmers. And related images will make your content even more memorable. Links connect the internet, and this is exactly how Google crawls the internet and our websites. With this in mind, we want to link to other relevant content on our website internally. This helps users and Google find relevant information. And the anchor text that we use matters. We want to link relevant words and phrases that's in our content to relevant pages. A page with a lot of internal links pointing to it is a signal to Google that those pages are important. But we don't only want to think about internal links. Links to relevant, non-competing external resources are also key. After all, this is the point of the World Wide Web. Linking to other authority websites that further your subtopics is useful to the user. Now, these sites should be vetted in some way, but examples are Wikipedia, a non-competing partner company, and industrial publications. If we want to learn more about our heroes and continue to nurture them through their journey, we need to provide a valuable offer that collects their information. This is also referred to as a lead magnet. The offer needs to help them accomplish the mission they are on, which comes back to that our content is promoting our offer. As I said before, SEO is the foundation of online marketing. SEO is often referred to as free traffic, but this is a misnomer. It takes money and time to create good content, a valuable offer, and a nurture program to go along with it. We also need to periodically update and optimize our content. The truth is, we won't hit a home run and rank #1 as soon as we publish our content. But when we do reach #1, we need to maintain that rank. What makes SEO cost efficient is that we do most of the heavy lifting up front. A well-optimized blog post and a nurture program can attract leads into your sales funnel for years. As long as Google is ranking content, SEO will be around to change its list of results. As I said, SEO is about words and their meanings, which is why SEO starts with keyword research. Food for thought, most keywords receive 10 or fewer searches per month. Now, this doesn't mean that most keywords aren't valuable. Low volume can also mean targeted traffic. Also known as mid-tail keywords, 4 to 5 word phrases seem to be the sweet spot when it comes to targeting SEO traffic. That's because these terms seem to have the right mix of search volume, competitiveness, and niche targeting. 2 to 3 word phrases, they're more general, and while the search volume might be appealing, the competitiveness could be a challenge for ranking. The 6+ keywords are what we call long tail keywords. They usually have very low search volume, but they are hyper targeted traffic. We can rank for these terms by targeting and ranking for our mid-tail keywords. You've probably noticed over the years that the SERPs have changed a lot. Search elements like ads, the local map, people also ask, have pushed down the organic results down on the page. While the ads are a great marketing channel, most people don't click them. They actually click the organic results. That's why SEO should drive Google traffic, not supplement it. I look at keyword research as SEO discovery. When I do keyword research, I'm discovering the topics that our clients' heroes are actively searching on Google to find information, products, and services. This is the research that allows us to create content that matches the user's intent and satisfies their needs. What we want to understand is if they're asking questions such as how to market my business online, or are they searching general keyword phrases like inbound marketing agency? What we want to know about these keywords is the search volume, which is essentially demand for the keyword. We also want to understand what is a high volume in our industry. Is that 100 searches a month, or is that 10,000? Search intent is about what are our heroes' expectations after they click the results. We can figure this out by looking at the SERPs. SEO tools such as SEMrush will also show this to you, but you can't always trust software. Keyword difficulty metric allows us to see how hard it is to compete and rank number one. Again, software can help us with this, and it's a good start, but looking at the SERPs is the best. We can look to see what the top ranking site is. Is it highly authoritative? Is the content top notch? We need to understand all of this before creating our content. So let's talk about these separately. When looking at keyword volume, the highest volume keyword is not always the best. And like I already mentioned, that's because while they have a lot of volume, they're usually very general and they have a lot of competition. Lower volume terms are usually niche keyword terms, and they deliver that more targeted traffic. This allows us to help our hero navigate the buyer's journey through the awareness, consideration, and decision stages. When we think about search intent, we need to understand what our heroes expect after clicking to our website from the SERPs. Navigational intent is looking for something specific, a specific website, business, or location. Search terms such as ATM near me, Facebook login, or maybe a company brand like Pick. Transactional intent signals that the user is interested in buying something now. These are retail keywords like 18-karat gold necklace, Star Wars figures, or anything you type into Amazon. Commercial intent is when the user is looking to purchase a solution in the near future, such as digital marketing services, industrial gas monitors, carbon graphite blanks. These are typically B2B lead generating terms. Informational intent usually answers a question, how to do something, or is inbound marketing better than outbound? These are great for blog post topics and FAQs. Keyword difficulty is about how hard it will be to rank number one. To understand this, it is best to look at the SERPs for the keyword. Your content must be better than the competition at the top of page one. Backlinks could be a factor. That depends on your industry, but quality content is king and the most important asset for SEO. Just because the keyword difficulty is high doesn't mean that you shouldn't go after it. By targeting a highly competitive term, you can rank for other medium and long tail keywords. Sometimes the best thing to do is publish and see what Google says. Now, Google understands that some words are interchangeable and they're used like that. However, the search results can clearly demonstrate a difference in the intent in keywords. An example to this is if you search gas detectors, you're going to see a list of results for businesses such as Amazon, Home Depot, and Lowe's. This is a great core keyword if you're targeting retail homeowners. However, if you search gas monitors, you will find companies that have industrial grade gas monitors. This is why you always want to review the SERPs before you finalize your keyword research. Now that we understand a little bit about the importance of keyword research, the question is, how do we use these keywords? Once you have the relevant keyword topics, you need to define your core and target keywords. And this is done by matching those keywords to the URLs of your website. This is because a URL can really only rank for one topic, which is your core keyword. Your target keywords are related keywords such as subtopics, which you will want to cover to help make your content resourceful. The truth is, we may never rank number one or even on the page one for our core keyword, but that doesn't mean you should stop trying. Sometimes the bulk of your traffic and conversions will come from the long tail keywords and not the core keyword, especially if that core keyword is highly competitive. Optimizing your content for a core keyword, even if it's highly competitive, can cement your position for many more medium and long tail keywords for years to come. Once you define your core keyword, you will want to use that in the URL, the meta title and description. You're also going to want to use that in the H1 or the on-page title. Google sometimes will link to specific subsections if they find them valuable too. One thing to note is that Google doesn't always use the descriptions that we write. Instead, it will grab text from the content. However, when Google does use our description, the related keywords that we write in those descriptions will be actually bold if they're related to the search query. While not a direct ranking factor, a well-written meta description can increase the click-throughs from the SERPs. When you optimize for a core keyword, you can actually end up ranking twice for in the SERPs because of the featured snippet. The featured snippet helps answers the intent of that search query. Even though a URL might rank on page 2 for the term, the definition for the term can rank at the top of page 1 as the featured snippet. This is that perfect example of optimizing for a core keyword, but not quite ranking exactly where you want to be all the time. Now that we've done our keyword research, we need to define our core and target keywords. Or now that we've defined our core keywords, we need to create that content. When we talk about content, we're not only talking about text. Video, charts, and graphs and images are also content. Backlinks are links that are earned from external websites to your content. Google loves backlinks and uses them as a ranking factor because they see them as a vote for your content. Google also loves long-form content, usually because it's usually in-depth, thorough, and meets the user's needs and expectations. This doesn't mean that every post needs to be 1,500 words. Length should not be dictated, but you can get a good idea of how long your content needs by looking at the search results for your keywords that you're looking to rank for. The truth is, a 500-word blog post is going to have a hard time overtaking a 1,500-word post that is currently ranking number 1. Evergreen content has staying power. Nearly 60% of the URLs ranking in the top 10 are at least 3 years old. To stay there, though, the content needs to be updated over time. At the end of the day, we need to create quality content that is in-depth, resourceful, and valuable to our hero. While there is no length requirement, long-form content is best. And I know what you're probably thinking right now is, how do you figure out what quality content is? You do this by reviewing the SERPs. What is the length of the top ranking pages for your core keyword? What are the topics, what are the subtopics that they're covering within their content? Do you see any related keywords? Can you create something similar or even better? Long-form content also has to be user-friendly, and that's why quality content also has to be well-organized content. Headings or H tags help us help users find specific information on the page and subtopics that are relevant to their search intent. It's sad to say, but our heroes are not reading every word on our page. Our heroes are busy, and they usually skim our content. Our H tags can help them find the content they're interested in. So like I said, we're using H tags to organize our content. There are actually 6 levels of H tags. but we're mostly using H1 through H3. So H1 is the main headline, and there's only one H1 per URL. H2s are those related subtopics of the H1, and there are often multiple H2s on a page. H3s are supporting ideas or examples of an H2. H2 through H6 are related to the parent headline. And as you can see in the sidebar, H6 is rather far from the original topic. If you're using a lot of H4 through H6, you're probably on a tangent. From an SEO perspective, H tags allow us to organize our blog posts and content in an outline form. While quality content is in depth and can be complicated, structuring a blog post falls into a simple methodology. The opening statement is what your blog post is about. Explanations break down your topics in more detail and subtopics. We use examples when necessary to drill home a point. Finally, interpretations brings it all better back together in summary, which includes an intro to a CTA or some actual steps that the user can take. I call this outline the SEO sandwich. The top button is the H1 main headline in the opening statement. The meat and cheese are your H2s or subtopics. And just like not everyone likes garnishes such as lettuce, tomato, and pickles, H3s are not always necessary. Finally, we have the bottom button as our concluding H2, which provides the summary of the page. So how does this look in real life? Here's a recent blog that we recently published. It has an engaging and keyword-driven H1. The H2s organize the meat of the content. They answer questions that a reader might have and include relevant contextual links in the content. Now, this post is over 4,000 words and has many H3s. So we include anchor links at near the top that link to other major sections. This is kind of like a table of contents. Our design team made nice custom graphics for the featured image and the sections. Original graphics are usually better than stock images. Now, there are still some optimization opportunities left for this. There's no video. I do have a plan for that. And we also probably have to do an outreach campaign as we're dealing with a more competitive keyword. So let's contrast that to this post, which was published about 8 years ago. What's the core keyword? The H1 isn't targeting a topic our heroes are searching for on Google. It's also a very short blog post, less than 500 words. I'm not sure about the H2, and there's really no true conclusion helping the user take their next steps. It does have images, though I'm not sure about the relevance of these featured images, not to mention having them twice. I'm not sure if that's useful for anyone. All right, so I provided a lot of information here over the last 20 minutes or so. So let me summarize it all. Google's mission is to organize the world's information. And we want Google to organize our content near the top of the SERPs. SEO is the foundation of digital marketing because it starts with keyword research, which allows us to discover the words our heroes are using. These are the same words and phrases that will resonate with our heroes when they read our email subject lines, social media posts, and all other marketing assets. We want to define a core keyword as our North Star, which will allow us to rank for lower competition keywords while we're working on ranking for our core keyword. Before we start creating content, we want to review the SERPs and understand what we are competing against. And remember, content comes in many forms. A multimedia experience can make your content more valuable and resourceful. We use headings to organize our content for our readers and for Google. And finally, statement, explanation, example, interpretation equals the SEO sandwich. Well, Rob, that's all I have for this. So if there's any questions that came up or any questions that you might have, I'm more than happy to take them.
Absolutely. Awesome job, Brad. So I do have a question, a couple follow-ups. So for marketers, time is always a huge factor. So what's the most important thing a marketer should concern themselves with from an SEO perspective, if that's not their full-time job?
Tough question. Keyword research, just because it's the basic basis of everything. but then that goes right into your content. I spend a lot of time, besides getting lost in keyword research, writing the SEO outlines, trying to find out what the right topics are for the topic that we're writing about. So having it organized is probably the best thing. So if you can organize your content from keyword research to your SEO outline, I think that would be the best thing to do.
Okay, awesome. And then I noticed that the one example you had was an old 8-year-old post that I actually did a long time ago. So how frequently should a marketing team be auditing their blog content and updating it and cleaning it up?
Depends on how much content you have. We do that anytime we bring on a new client. We do a performance audit to check their blog posts. So you can do that every 6 months, every year. It really depends on the volume that you're publishing. But what I would say is you want to look at that. You want to see where you're ranking, if you've had any content to it for the last year, but also think of why that content was published. Not all content is for SEOs to drive SEO traffic. Some content, it will be perfectly fine and it's great for social media posts, or it's better for sending some ads to. So just because a page isn't getting much SEO traffic, we want to think about how else we can use that asset. If there's no other way to use that asset, let's get rid of it or optimize it and make it better.
Awesome. And then I just got a question in from Jim. How important is technical SEO, something like image load time?
Well, Google has said that they will rank a slow website near the top if the content is good enough. That being said, not many people are going to sit on a page if things are loading slowly. They're going to leave and go to a competitor. So technical SEO is just up there with any other part of SEO. You need to have a user-friendly website, which includes load time. So looking at all of that is good. Now, we can do site audits, which we do for our clients yearly or every 3 months or so, which will dig into these and find these issues. A lot of times it could be old, dirty code that's making the site load slower and such.
It's probably also relative to the competition for the term, and that you're probably if you're trying to rank for a specific term, not everybody's running at blazing speed. So if you're faster than most of the people on that term, and there's a slight advantage there.
Sure, it's all about being user friendly, right?
Yeah.
If your site is slow, it's not user friendly. If your site's fast or it's coming up in a reasonable time, 2 seconds or so, you're good. I don't worry about like the load time all that much, and some SEOs will disagree with me, so especially the ones that really go into technical SEO. But it's one of those things that if you're having trouble ranking, you probably want to look at. Everything in SEO works together. There's no one magic bullet. You have to look at it all together.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's it, Brad. Thank you very much. I want to thank everyone for attending. If you enjoyed the webinar, if you're interested in learning about other marketing topics like sales and marketing alignment, account-based marketing, content strategy, just subscribe to our social media channel. We're working on more content that we're going to share, and have a great day. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.
Thanks for stopping by.
We'll see you, Brad.